guys, so it's me, Sierra or Cece, and for today's video I'm doing a very serious topic video, which I've done one before with my mental health check-in. I like to do more. I'm currently going through some things, and so I'd like to make videos and hopefully help those who are going in similar situations. This one is not clickbait. I was worried it would be, but this is legit kind of happening. And this is a fusion with a video I kind of want to make. It just ties in, so why not do both? This is about dropping out of university. Pretty much school. I wanted to take a year off, but I decided to do it early. Technically, what's sad is I can't physically drop my classes because they won't let me because it's past the drop-off date, which is really stupid. So I dropped out, but of course, according to school, it's not, which is like, oh, thanks. I don't care because I did terrible in all my other classes. So that marks right there on my transcript about how much of a failure I am. Ha! That's a face of pain. So, you're probably wondering, you're probably wondering why would I drop out of school? Why? Why would you do that? The long and the short of it is school makes me want to kill myself. It makes me anxious, it makes me stressed, I'm not doing well, I am like totally under in my head. The whole thing it's tied in with this video is making your mental health a priority, which I did not do for the longest time, which is why it's gotten this bad. Now, I feel suicidal in other areas of life. It's not just school that makes me want to kill myself. Half the time it's a lot of other things, which is really weird to say to YouTube in a video, but a lot of you probably felt this way, and I can help you all if you ever need. Like, if you ever need to talk, hit me up on any single one of my social medias down below, and I am willing to talk and make you feel better if that's what you would like. So, school started out okay. 2016, my mental health was really bad. My suicidal, thoughts hasn't been this bad, ever, I think. But, and also a disclaimer, I am getting help. I am going to a counseling place. I just need the address. So before you say anything, don't need to, because I am going to get help. I'm on the way to do it. And I started out being okay. I was very ambitious. Part of me now realizes I was not in the right mindset to start school. But I was definitely not mental health wise. But I thought I gotta do it. There's such a pressure in school. And just in life, for once you're out of high school, go right into university, because you can take a year off, but the longer you take off of school, not doing it, the harder it will be to get back into it, and you need to go to university, get a good job so you can have a good paying one, and be set. So I just kind of forced myself into it, of course, and it was so stressful. I had such a jam-packed first term, because none of the classes was for winter. It was fall, winter, and it was just fall. So I was like, whatever, I'll get it done. And all of them dropped off except for 2. And I ended up last term dropping one of my fall, winter courses because I could not. And I couldn't deal with it. I would sometimes get so anxious that I couldn't show up to class. And then I'd be too anxious to go to the next class for it because the teacher might confront me. With my music class, we have 20 kids or less. Our prof, she knows all of our names and everything, so it's really scary if you miss something. And I was very scared in going second term because I know I did not do well in my midterm at all, and she could have confronted me. So of course with anxiety it's well, this and this, and your mind's kind of swarming and you're like, no thanks, I'm gonna not. So I just was not doing well. I went to a point where I was caring so much, whereas most of my classes, I stopped caring completely. I was like, I don't care, whatever. I'm just not going to try. It's too much. My mental health is that I'm just not. Which was not the best. I should have kept going, but I knew I needed to make my mental health a priority. And for me, the main thing I could do to make it a priority was to just not try, and if I skip a class, whatever, because maybe I'll just stay home and mental health will feel better, but it doesn't. Any situation I did, school-wise, was not going to make anything better. It was just going to make it worse. You skip school, well, that's another class you missed, and that's farther behind you're going to be, which makes it worse. You keep going, you're overwhelmed, you're swarmed, you're stressed, you're anxious, that's going to make things worse. So, yeah, and I guess all the mental health problems going downhill because of school, of course, it manifested itself. School just made me feel so bad. Since, as I said, I have had dealt with suicidal thoughts before in my life, sometimes my mind's automatic reaction is suicide, you know? It's like you think of a situation and how to get out of it, and your mind's automatically like, why don't you just kill yourself, Sweaty? So, I don't think Sweaty was needed, but whatever. So, of course, my mind sometimes automatically goes to that place. So, of course, my mental health was manifesting itself. And school-wise, it was thinking that, just in life in general, I've been struggling with negative thoughts and trying to think positive, which is not going well, as you can tell. And that's been kind of creating things. And it's really scary telling my parents. I told my mom at the near end of the first term. I didn't tell her the extent of it. It got worse since then, of course. I told her more about the anxiety and how it was affecting it, and I needed help, and I wasn't doing well. And I was trying to look for places, but I didn't know where to start. And I was like, I just gotta find a place to get help. And then I told Mom, I think I wanna not go to any more of my classes, like drop them and start my year off early. Because I already told her the past time about my year off. And my stepdad didn't know for a couple days until we were talking about school and she brought it up. And he was like, what? And of course, they invested some money into it. And I felt like so bad. I feel like I was beating myself up a lot about it because I was like, I can just keep going to the classes even though I'm not going to pass them to make you guys happy. So Dad can, because as long as I'm in school, my dad keeps paying child support, which would help, which would pay off the money that they invested in it. And I mean, technically, since I can't physically drop them anyways, they're still like, you're going to school, even though I think it's a year or two. I can not have any classes registered until I have to fully apply to university. So I think anyways, they'll still be getting the child support to pay it off, but I feel like I felt kind of very much so like, almost like a failure. Like I knew, in my opinion, I really should have been making my mental health priority, and there's nothing I can do about the situation. I felt bad because it was like self-created. I created myself, like I dug myself a hole, and here I am. But I'm also like, well, I needed to tell them. And when I told them, I felt bad because, of course, they're very understanding people, thankfully. Thankfully, they're very much so people where it's like, they're understand that mental health struggles. Well, they don't understand, but they understand in the sense that they want me to get help if I need it. And they understand that sometimes things suck, but maybe it's better to not if you feel better mentally. And I think was very scary for them to hear the fact that their child/stepchild wanted to kill herself over school half the time. And of course my stepdad was trying to figure out the basis of, well, why does school make you want to feel that way? And I guess he thought mainly it was just, school in general, but I sadly had to break to him the whole bombshell of, it's not just school that makes me want to kill myself, Dave. Sorry, it's mostly life in general and other things. So I felt so bad because parents don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear that their kid wants to kill themselves. And it scares them. And of course my stepdad did make the remark about how he didn't want me to go run in front of a bus or something. So they're caring in that sense, and I really appreciate that they're like that, and they're not like, well, you should go to school anyways, I don't care if you feel that way, you should be getting good marks. So I really appreciate that, but, it's still hard, and it's still kind of beat yourself up over it, because you feel so bad for doing that to your parents who invested some money and everything, but you kind of need to, you just need to do things for yourself sometimes, and I don't mean that in, the way of purposely doing bad in school if you're doing well, but I just mean sometimes even if you feel bad about staying with my parents, I need to take that year off. I need to just find a job and work and go to counseling and focus on my mental health, and I need to do things for myself. I need to take more time out to make my mental health better. I need to go to someone so I don't want to kill myself all the time, and so I'm not anxious all the time and everything. And I know sometimes you can feel bad because you want to do things for others and you feel selfish if you do any sort of self-care. And you don't feel like you deserve a self-care, but you all deserve it so much. It's okay if sometimes you don't do things for others and you do for yourself first, because if you're not doing things for yourself, how are you going to be well enough to do things for others? You need to create balance and keep yourself clean and healthy and happy so you can make others happy. And that's not something I did. I was very reckless in the fact that I did not do that at all, and I did not care. And sometimes you gotta think, well, it doesn't matter what they think. It's just, if I continue on this way, things are gonna get really, really bad, and I need to take time out to make things better. So this was my video. I know I'm trying to talk more in the end about positive things, and the moral of the story is make your mental health such a priority as that. And sometimes you need to take time out for things, and it's okay if you do. Life is a race. You don't have to compete at a certain speed. Do whatever speed is comfortable for you. Take time if you need to get better. Because when you're better and feeling better, your world's a little better, because everyone can function a little better if everyone's making sure they function better. Because you gotta take time for yourself first and make yourself feel better. And I hope you all watch this video and take that away, with that you can't always please everybody first. And even if you're scared of what people are gonna say, if it's gonna make you feel better and it's not physically hurting someone else, do it. That was my video. I hope you all enjoyed. I'm sorry it was a little long, and I will see you all next video. Bye!